Hello! Today we're going to be learning about loops. This is Gobo. Everyone say hi, Gobo! Gobo is going to be the star of our show today. You see, Gobo likes spinning in circles. How might we make Gobo spin in a circle? This piece of code here has Gobo spin a little bit. So, if we keep repeating this line of code, what would happen? That's right, Gobo would spin in a circle if we just keep repeating this line of code. Well, that's exactly what solution 1 does. Solution 1 repeats this line of code 24 times to make Gobo spin in a circle like we want. But this is a lot of lines of code, and you might notice it's really inefficient, because it's just copying the same thing over and over again. So how can we make this more efficient? Well, you see, Scratch and all coding languages have the concept of loops, letting you repeat a line of code however many times you want. Solution 2 uses a repeat X block of code, which repeats the same thing X times, in this case 24, making Gobo rotate 24 times, the same number as solution 1 does, causing him to spin in a full circle. Solution 3 does something similar, using Scratch's version of a while loop, the repeat until. This means that until a certain condition is met, it will run the loop, in this case, Gobo facing 90 degrees, which is forward. If we run this piece of code, it'll spin Gobo once, causing this condition to no longer be met and him to spin until he's facing forward once again, completing a full circle. Now you might be asking, what are some useful applications of this? Well, you see, using the solution, no matter how many times Gobo has already spun, if you run it, he will always spin back to facing forward. There's a couple of other ways to code these loops. For example, solution 4 uses variables to manually make the loop, as is common to do in other coding languages, such as Java or Python. Solution 4 uses a variable, an iterator, which starts at 0, and until that iterator is 24, Gobo will spin, and as this code runs, it will increase by 1 each repetition. This allows us to do some pretty useful things. For example, we can set the iterator to 12, half of what we need, and run this code, and then Gobo will do a semicircle. Lastly, we have solution 5, which is the most complex but also very useful. Solution 5 uses a list of 24 elements, and it will iterate through that list, and for each item in the list, Gobo will do part of his spin. Similarly to iterators, this gives us a lot of control, allowing us to do things like change the length of the list. And if we do this, let's say making it 12, he'll only spin 12 times, doing a semicircle. That was a quick tutorial on how loops work, and why they're so critical in the world of coding. Thanks, and see you next time.